www.DESIblitz.com.
Hi, I'm Cary Sawhney and you're watching DESIblitz.com.
Into this industry, because I know that you were a director as well.
Yeah, I'm mixed race in terms of my heritage. You mean?
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm Punjabi English mix. I came to London when I was 3 from India, and I think I've always been kind of like it's been kind of in my mind, I suppose, since childhood.
Yeah.
So I've kind of been my passion to do Indian cinema. I've been working on the BFI London Film Festival for the last 17 years, and what I really noticed at the BFI London Film Festival, where you're competing with the whole world, the Indian filmmakers just didn't get a look in, really. There's 200 films from all over the world, but you never see any Indian films pick up distribution, hardly any of them get talked about by critics, the mainstream critics. So what we want to do with this festival is to really start to champion these films, have a platform where just Indian cinema is profiled, South Asian cinema.
I found you.
Sorry?
You directed the award-winning movie, Khana. Could you tell us the story behind this and what inspired you to write this film?
Yeah, I mean, we've surprisingly won 2 awards for that film, and it's been shown all over the US. It's a film about an Orthodox Muslim woman who's pregnant, and she's just looking for the right kind of food. It's a very simple story, but because I think in the US, because the image of Muslim people is so loaded with so many stereotypes of terrorism, etc., like that. So a woman in a burqa is immediately loaded with, but it's a very gentle, humanist story. So I think the story, the audience kind of invests in, you play with the audience a little bit.
Yeah.
But actually, it's just a story about this young woman and her husband and their love for each other, really.
Can you get us some chips, love? I'm starving.
It's inspired by a poem by the Manchester poem Anjum Malik, and she's her and her friends are voracious, visitors of fish and chip shops in Manchester. So it's about the kind of Muslim community going to. Obviously, it's not halal. You don't have to worry about halal when you're talking with chips. So you get a lot of Muslim. Where I live in East London as well, you get Muslim communities going to have some chips in English fish and chip shops. It's quite normal.
Why not? Yeah.
So so it's it's the whole idea of what is British and what isn't. So there's a whole notion of that there's multiple British identities. So it's a kind of subtle play on that, and a humanist story, really.
If you could star in your own movie, what character would you like to play and why?
Oh, that's a tough one. I think one of my relations was Balar Sani, who was in Do Bega Zameen. I think that was an amazing character actor if there was a character actor that changed the world in terms of India, then I would never obviously get to that thing, but it was just wonderful to see that great films like that seen and more seen in the public, and so if I was to play an actor, then I would like to be a good actor.
What do you think about British cinema incorporating with the East and West?
I think the British Asian identity has shifted quite considerably over the last few years. When I was a kid, we knew what British Asian meant. There was always all these kind of filmmakers and the politics of the time.
Yeah.
But now I think a lot of young British Asians are kind of looking for a different identity, and it's not out there. It's not out there in the media.
So you've been directing the festival for almost the 4th edition now.
Yes.
And what's been your memorable moment?
The short film screening, which suddenly we had to queue down the block.
Wow,
I mean, you would think that for a short film thing, but we had over 200 people. They had to turn about 50 people away from the nearest centre. So we've got to put another screening on, which is going to be fantastic after the festival, because it's just been too popular.
Yeah.
So that's really exciting. And then we're also touring to Bradford and to Glasgow this year. So the festival's just kind of growing exponentially. And what's nice is that our audiences are sticking with us, and we're delivering the product, and they're giving us the feedback that they want to see more.